This has probably been the most aggravating video I've ever produced. I swear to you, anything that could go wrong has gone wrong, between audio, lighting, camera overheating. So I'm gonna try this again. It's been a while, but I'm trying to get my Xdynamics review complete. I finally had some time to fly it now that I've got the new unit back in. I'm gonna talk all about everything, my entire experience with this drone in a very unconventional way. So roll the intro.
Are you ready to evolve?
What's up and welcome back everybody. My name's Original Dobo, and on my channel I do drone and tech related content. So if that's at all interesting, you may want to hit that subscribe button before you leave this video. So full disclaimer before I get too far ahead of myself, Xdynamics did go ahead and send this drone out to me for review. They didn't ask that I show them the video before I posted it, and they didn't pay me to say anything good or bad about their drone. They just asked if I was interested because I did see it at CES, and I did do a video on it while I was there, and I felt like I was really impressed with this drone while I saw it at CES. So I'm just really excited to be able to finally fly it and give you my thoughts on it. But with that being said, let's talk about the unboxing experience. Although I've already unboxed it now twice, I did have a bad ground station the first drone. Now the ground station functioned fine, it just wouldn't charge my battery, which was obviously a problem. I did get about 5 or 6 flights in with the batteries that were provided on the old ground station, so I had a good feel for this drone beforehand. The support team is based here in the US, which is fantastic, and they were really quick to want to help me. Now, I want to add the caveat that I didn't call and identify myself as Original Dobo. That would be douchey. But I just called like a normal customer. I wanted to see how they were going to handle this situation, and they were like really quick to want to go ahead and send a replacement out to me. And I was like, whoa. You got to know who I am first before you go sending one. But anyways, the support teams are fantastic. They were really quick to act. So it felt a lot like the old Altel, the way support ran. It was just really nice and refreshing to see. So the unit I have here, like I said, is a unit that's on loan to me. I didn't pay for it, but I'm gonna give you my honest thoughts on it. I do probably intend on buying a unit. I'll probably just buy this. Honestly, I didn't want to send it back. I just want to keep it. But the unboxing experience is amazing. You get a backpack inside, you get 2 batteries right out of the gate, you get a charger, the ground station, the drone, and it's just a massive box. I can't explain it. It's just a really big sight to see. Obviously B-roll's going, you can see all of it, but really nice premium experience. Inside that box, you get that drone that you see right here, and it is a massive drone. It's 5.1 pounds with the battery loaded in there, carbon fiber, super seamless. It's just stunning. There's not enough words to describe how beautiful this drone is in person, but every time I've ever saw a DJI product, there's always seams where the motors are. There are 0 seams. It is just, is so beautiful, so sexy. But first time I've ever kissed a product, but it's gorgeous. The ESCs were custom built and wound, and you can definitely tell there's a lot of attention to detail, all the way down to the props, which are made out of metal, where they actually mount to the actual motors themselves. The props are plastic, but this portion here is metal on the quick release. It looks amazing. The drone doesn't have any obstacle avoidance all the way around. You as the pilot in command are responsible for not hitting anything. My car doesn't have obstacle avoidance, and I try not to hit anything. So I would expect the same out of everybody who flies one of these. There isn't any obstacle avoidance. There is GPS, GLONASS, and LiDAR built in, along with a VPS sensor on the bottom of the drone, which is located here. On the front, we do have a camera. That camera is removable, and there are 2 more sensors that are going to be coming down the pipeline, a micro four thirds sensor, and then there will be a thermal capable gimbal where you can mount a FLIR sensor to that. I'm sorry, I have a lot of notes on this drone here. The battery in this drone is 6,700 milliamps. It's pretty awesome. There is a digital battery readout, so when you tap it, you can get a physical readout instead of just like dots, because who doesn't like just dots? I love this. This is amazing. This has spoiled me. The ground station is gargantuan. It's massive, but it is my favorite word, ergonomical. It is very ergonomic in the hand. It just feels very well balanced. You're gonna notice there's no antennas on this this controller, which is sort of interesting. It looks a little goofy at first, but they're actually built into the screen here. You have two screens, 1080p screen, 720p, anti-glare, little webcam up here at the top, or camera, I should say, 5 megapixel. Down here at the bottom, we have a 1080p screen. This powers the Android interface. The interface is running Android 6.0. On top of that is a custom skin from Xdynamics. I know I said skim, it's skin. Quad-core processor, 64-bit, 4 gigs of DDR3 RAM, and there is built-in internal storage. I'm sorry, I did not happen to look at the internal storage. Not really a big deal because there is also expandable storage on this underneath the battery. You take the battery out, which the battery is removable, which is interesting for a controller. So battery comes out, you do have expandable storage right here. I didn't mean to use my middle finger, I'm sorry, Mom. But there is a storage here, 6,000 milliamps on this battery. So it definitely can power this. There's a lot going on in this controller. It's pretty crazy. It looks like a little mini computer. The sticks and everything are incredibly comfortable. You have all your normal familiar buttons. So if you've flown any other drone, this should seem very familiar. I know what you guys are thinking, $2,400. It's fucking expensive, I know. But I think there's a lot behind this, and there would be good reason for somebody to think about purchasing this. To me, this is an LTE drone, long-term evolution, because the fact that we can replace the camera sensor on this, you can sort of grow with it as a pilot. If you need it thermal, well, you can add thermal. If you needed a better sensor, which I want a better sensor, Micro Four Thirds is what I would want, and what I wish would have shipped with this, but it didn't. You can grow with that. I did take this out to the tower to go fly, so I'm gonna go ahead and roll those clips and let you sort of see what this stock sensor camera can do. Go ahead and roll the clips. So with all of that being said, the camera did pretty good. I think the dynamic range is pretty solid. Like I said, this is a compact sensor. You're getting 4K 30 frames per second, 4K 24. You also get 1080p 60, 30, 24, 120. There's also a 720p capability as well. If that's your jam and you just wanna shoot in just HD, I guess, that's there. Color profiles. There are some color profiles, there are no log profiles, which I think is a big letdown for a filmmaker like myself. I like log, I love more dynamic range. There isn't one. There isn't even a Xdynamics, so you're stuck with what you have. However, I did talk to development and they did say they are working on either a Xdynamics profile or a log profile, so it is something that's coming. For you photo buffs out there, there is some weirdness with the camera. Now I did notice when I switched this over into the photo mode and I was looking at the live view, it was a little, jittery and janky. So I would have to flip it over to video. Video was fine, it was nice and smooth. But the minute I shot over into photo, it would get jittery and just weird. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. I'll continue to work and communicate my findings with support. We'll have to see how software goes. That's the importance of me trying to buy one of these, is I could have to follow through with the updates and see if it improves it and see what their development process looks like and how they actually implement their software changes to this drone. Camera-wise, it does shoot in RAW, but only in 16:9. As soon as I switched to 4:3, there was no RAW, which I found a little peculiar. I mean, again, that could be something in software, I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. I will reach out to their development team and update the description of this video as soon as I figure that out. But all in all, I think the camera images did look pretty solid. There are flight modes. You do have an orbit mode, a sport mode, and then there was like a point of interest mode that was available there. There are a lot of placeholders for software that is not ready to be released yet. However, I did play with the sport mode because this thing boasted that it can do 60 miles per hour, which I got 51 miles with Billy here last weekend. We took it out and we just let it rip and we raced the Mavic. This thing smoked the Mavic in a drag race to 1,000 miles, or 1,000 miles. 1,000 feet, this thing smoked the Mavic which was pretty impressive. So it can definitely get up and go. 51 miles, we did have a little bit of a headwind, so it'd be interesting to rerun tests to see if it can actually hit that 60 miles claimed. Now the controller, can you sideload applications? Well, it is Android, it can connect to the computer. There are some ports here. You'll see there's this little flip cover here, so you can connect the micro USB to the computer. There's also a micro HDMI port on this side here. So there are plenty of ports available on this drone. So we'll have to test it out more and see. But I mean, all in all, my first impressions in flight after getting it all calibrated in the replacement unit, I'm pretty impressed with it. I mean, again, there's a lot of fantasticness in the build quality, and I think that's a vast majority of the cost. You're paying for something that is premium design, premium build. I get it, it's not gonna be for everybody, and you're going to have to really understand what you're buying. And if you want something that's like right out of the box, ready to go, or you can travel with, then you're going to need to look elsewhere. But this is for a very specific client, I think, or like for me who travels locally for work. This is very impressive to break out without breaking the bank. If I would have bought an Inspire, an equally spec'd out Inspire is gonna cost me about $4,500 for an X4S, which they don't even make anymore, mind you. This is $2,400, and then if I added in a different camera, because this is the Omnia camera that they call it, I'm sure the next camera is gonna be about $800 to $1,000. So I'd still be under that, $3,500 delta with a micro Four Thirds sensor. And you're not really breaking the bank. But impressed with support, I'm impressed with the quality. Overall, I like it. Do I recommend it? It's hard for me to recommend this to somebody who's looking at buying a Mavic. If you're somebody who is a commercial pilot, then yes, I would absolutely recommend this drone. If you plan on doing thermal, if you want more out of your camera. For those that want more, this is an easy recommendation. If you don't want NFCs and crazy restrictions and mother DJI hovering over you, then Xdynamics is definitely a good move. There's very few companies out there that don't want to be like Big Brother, hovering over you. And I think Xdynamics is one of the few that's out there. Because honestly, there's only a handful of companies that really are making quality drones, but this is the best built. I'll say it here and I'll take it to the grave. This is the best built drone that I have ever flown or touched or looked at. It is completely stunning. And I mean that. If you ever get a chance to see one of these in person, you will be absolutely blown away. And I wholeheartedly mean that. And I don't give a shit if this was sent to me for free or not. But this was amazing, and it caught my attention at CES to where I actually made a U-turn and came back to that booth. I spent the most time at the Xdynamics booth. I didn't give any credence to anybody else that was there just because I was enamored with the overall looks. I mean, video does this no justice. But let me know what you guys think. And again, I'm well prepared for that top comment that it's too expensive. Appreciate the beauty, appreciate something different in the drone industry other than DJI, and honestly, this is definitely it. And I know for a fact this will not be their only drone that they are going to produce. So keep an eye out for this company as they evolve. Anyways, that's gonna do it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. Stay original.